Having a multifunctional appliance in your kitchen is an absolutely fantastic thing to have. They can pressure cook, they can steam, they can roast, they can bake, they can saute, they can do all those things in one package. So today we're going to be looking at the new Cuckoo. This is an upgraded version of the prior Cuckoo that we took a look at. It has an upgraded menu. It has additional presets. What's great about this cooker, and I've always loved that at the end of the pressure cooking cycle, all the pressure is gone out of the machine. It automatically releases it for you. And I think that is fantastic. So we are going to unbox this Cuckoo, and we're going to take in on our first test run by cooking some rice. So join me as we take a look at the new Cuckoo. So I know what you're saying. There are tons of different multi-cookers out on the market. One of the things I can tell you about Cuckoo is they are the most popular rice cooker in Korea. They are made in Korea, and when you're talking about rice cookers or multi-cookers or pressure cookers, Cuckoo is like the Rolls-Royce of multi-cookers. This thing has it all. It has not only a rice setting, but it does 7 different types of rice, from brown rice to different kind of grains to different cycles of rice depending on the type of rice that you had. So if you want to talk about a cooker that has perfected starting with rice, we're talking about the Cuckoo. And not only that, this has so many additional functions and quality to it that, a lot of multi-cookers can't beat the Cuckoo, because this is basically at the highest end of the multi-cooker class. So I just want to take this opportunity to thank Cuckoo for sending over this cooker. We tested this cooker years ago, but this is an upgraded model. So there's more functions. There's a new menu. There's a dial button. So I'm interested to take a look at some of the changes that have been made to this cooker. It's been updated, and it looks absolutely fabulous. So thank you, Cuckoo. I'm going to put a link down in the description to this cooker. Take a look at this, because if you want a high-end multi-cooker, pressure cooker, rice cooker, sauteer, steamer, baker, oven, all that kind of stuff, if you're looking for a premium cooker, this is one of those cookers that you need to put on your short list. So I'll put a link down in the description to this cooker. Let's get this baby out of the box, because we are going to do a first cook of some basic rice, because that's what the Cuckoo does best. So let's get this out of this box. So real quick, let's look at some specs on this cooker. So this is a 5-quart multi-pressure cooker, multi-cooker. It has, one thing I noticed, that it has a clad bowl to it. So the bowl is really solid, heavy. It's not like your typical just non-stick aluminum bowl. It has layers of aluminum and stainless steel in the bowl. So it has better efficiency that way. So also this cooker has an automatic steam cleaning function. And one of the things I've noticed about some of these multi-cookers is, how do you clean the internal parts? Like that steam is coming up, the rice, the spices, all that stuff. You can take the inner section of the lid off, but what cleans up in that steaming vent onto the outside? This has a automatic cleaning function. So you put the water in there, and it heats up to a rip-roaring temperature and blows all that stuff out of there. So that's very unique with the Cuckoo. I've never seen that on other kind of multi-cookers or rice cookers. Also, it has that automatic pressure release valve. So this thing at the end of the cycle, all the pressure will be out of it, as opposed to you having to hit the button and the steam going everywhere and potentially burning you. This automatically does it by the end of the cycle. So let's get the Cuckoo out of here, right? So it comes with your manual. It also comes with a really nice starter cookbook. And I think after we do this rice, the next recipe up, I'm thinking we are going to do, there is a recipe in here for there's a chocolate cream cheesecake. I think that would interest Eric a little bit.
Maybe.
And there's a chocolate butter brownie that I've never made in a multi-cooker. So maybe we'll try that out. We have a rice puddle. These are great. You know, a lot of people get these with their cookers and they just sort of throw them to the side. I use these all the time. They're great for getting your rice out and they won't scratch the bowl. It's important to keep these cups because this isn't like a standard like 1 U.S. cup. These are more like, I think, 3/4 of a U.S. cup, but you want to use these because if you're using the suggested rice, water to rice ratio, this is, because this is not a standard U.S. cup, you kind of want to use this, you know, as a guideline. When they're talking about in the manual, use a cup, they're using this one and not a standard U.S. cup. Ew. One thing I can tell you, and this is true with this cooker as it was the other one, it's a beautiful cooker. Whoa. When I say this is like the Rolls Royce, this is like the Rolls Royce, the Bentley, the Cadillac, everything, right? All rolled up into one. Look at this cooker. This is not your everyday multi-cooker. This thing, it's put together better. It's a beautiful cooker. So this is your pressure valve. Like I said, this is going to do its job automatically. You don't need to worry about it. Here is the lid. So it has a lock here. So when you're cooking, you're going to be on lock. You're going to unlock it to open and press this button. And wow, look at that. So one of the things about the Cuckoo is this inner pot is really nice. This is not your standard inner pot. This pot is, it's very thick. There's a lot more weight to it than your standard rice cooker. It's a substantial pot. It's a clad pot with aluminum and stainless. It also comes with a steamer. So you just put water down there, you put your steamer in here, and you put your food in here, and you steam. And one of the things you'll see about the Cuckoo, as opposed to other multi-cookers, is this inner lid is stainless steel. I have other ones that's just like raw aluminum. So when you take this out, you just pull it, and here is your stainless steel lid. Now, one of the things I can tell you about this, as opposed to another sort of high-end rice cooker that I have, the way the steam works in that one, it has a big hole here. And one of the things I noticed is you really have to get inside that hole and clean it out. Otherwise, you'll get mold building up in this part between this and the steam release thing. But this one is solid, so when you wash this out, you know, you're just going to sponge and clean this out. It's not like the other one that I have that has a big hole in there that goes through the top of the lid that I constantly have to stick toothpicks in there and paper towels to get that to clean out so I don't get anything, funky going on in there. That's what makes this cooker really nice, because it's a really clean cooker. You can also run the sanitizing cleaning function on this thing that's going to blow hot stuff in there and really clean out your valve on this. That is awesome. A lot of these cookers have like a cute little chime to them. I want to hear that again. It's like little birds. That is so cute. Birds and a cuckoo. So here's our menu. And what I like about it is they added this knob, so it makes it really easy to dial in your cycle. It also has a little voice command. So as you're going along, it says what cycle you're in. So if you have, I've had viewers that have had, vision impaired, or they have difficulty seeing the menu. It gives you an audible to it as well. So it has multi-cook.
Multi-cook. Press select button or start button. Steam cook.
Steam
Press
cook.
select button or start button. Slow cook. Press select button or start button.
It has rice, vegetable, meat, soup, browning and sauteing, yogurt, canning, oven, pasta and noodle, sterilization, and my recipes. And my recipes?
My recipes. Press select button or selection mode for recipes. Use dial to select the My Recipes menu and then press the select button.
So you can enter temp, time. So you can do custom, and you can name your cycle. So not only can you do it sort of a manual mode this way, you can set your own custom presets in this. This is totally unique. I've never seen a multi-cooker do that. So if there's something you cook on a regular basis, you can put in the temp and the time and name your cycle. So the next time you want to come in here, your own recipe cycles are in here. So I've never seen a cooker that has that. I've seen cookers that have manual, but then every time you come back in, you have to re-enter that stuff. Here, you can add your own custom cycles.
Setting mode for cooking time. Setting mode for cooking temperature. Selection mode of pressure or non-pressure. Use the dial and select buttons. Non-pressure cooking mode. Pressure cooking mode. Setting mode for recipe name. Use dial and select buttons to set the recipe name and then press the select button or the start button.
So you can put in your recipe and you can name it, so the next time you come in here, you can use that same function.
Function has been canceled.
So we're going to go ahead and we're going to do a water test on here just to make sure all the functions are working. You really want to do that. So we're going to wash this. We're going to fill it up with, a couple cups of water, and we're going to run it on pressure for about 10 minutes. And then we're going to cook. We're going to do our first cook on here. We're going to do some basic rice because that's what the cooker does best. So we'll be back to cook the rice. Okay, so let's do what this thing does best and cook rice. So we're going to go ahead and open the cooker. And I have 2 of these cups of rice, and I put it in a strainer and rinsed it to get all the excess starch or whatever it is on there. And that's 1. We're going to put 2 3/4 of this cup. There's a marking on here for 3/4. So that's 1. There's 2. And there's 3/4. I'm gonna put some salt in here along with it. We're gonna close it down, lock it. We're gonna turn the cooker to rice.
Rice cook. Press select button. Use dial to select the sub-cook mode and press the select button.
So they have white rice,
GABA rice.
GABA,
Multigrain. Press super grain. General rice.
so we're gonna do,
Sushi rice. Press start. General rice. Press start button. Cooking is starting.
so one thing I noticed about this cooker when we just ran the pressure setting, the time that's on here in those pressure settings include the time for it to come up to pressure. And it came up to pressure really fast. So it's not the same as a regular electric pressure cooker in that you set the time and it comes to pressure and then it starts counting down. The amount of time you put on here is the entire cook time. And it will regulate based on the temp in there. You can set the temperature from 160 to 250 and it'll regulate the pressure. So you will see it pressurize and let some out and pressurize and let some out all through the cooking, all through the cook, because this is an intelligent cooker and it keeps that pressure. It knows what's pressure is in there and it keeps that pressure at the high pressure level. So that's why this is a lot more sophisticated cooker than just a plain electric pressure cooker, because it wants you to set it so you know what time it's going to be done. So if you set it for 15 minutes, that could be like the minimum of time. So it'll cook from 15 minutes, but that 15 minutes includes the time that it takes to come up to pressure. So that's just a note. So when you're developing recipes for this, you will be developing it for this individual cooker. So when this is done, we'll be back to taste some rice. Okay, the cycle finished, so let's open this up and see what we have. Ooh, wow, cool. And we'll just do a little fluffing. The rice looks very, very nice. There's our rice. Yes, the Cuckoo definitely excels at rice. So we're gonna get a paddle of rice. Another paddle of rice. How about another paddle of rice?
Why not? Go for the hat trick.
And I'm putting butter on it because that's how I am. The Cuckoo did amazing. So let's try this. We're just going to do straight buttered rice. Simple dish, side dish. Really good. Really good. Perfect. One time I was at a barbecue cook-off. We were entered as a contestant, and one of the categories was throwdown. And I think I did a gumbo or something like that, and I had rice. And one of the judges asked me, "How'd you cook your rice?" It came out perfect. And I told her I did it in my rice cooker, and I had my other Cuckoo there, and we cooked that rice in there. And it impressed the judges. Actually, the second largest barbecue cook-off in the country. Want to taste it, Boo?
Sure. Thumbs up.
Perfectly cooked.
Tastes pretty good. I give it a thumbs up.
So cooks, the Cuckoo is an awesome cooker. You can cook all kinds of things with it. That's what's so great about these multi-cookers is that you can cook rice, you can cook soup, you can cook all that in this cooker. So if you want to take a look at the Cuckoo, I'll put links down in the description to Amazon so you can look at all its specs and decide on this cooker because I think it's really cool. And especially since there's so many options for rice on here. So that's really exciting. We are going to try this out. I am going to try to make a brownie in this, so stay tuned for that. Once again, Cuckoo, thank you. I really appreciate it. This is one nice cooker. If you like this video, please join us on our journey to become better cooks by subscribing below. Also, leave us a comment and visit our website at amylearnstocook.com. You can catch me on social media at facebook.com/groups/amylearnstocook. You can catch me at Pinterest and Twitter at Amy Learns to Cook. And on Instagram, I'm at Cooking with Amy. So I gotta go because I want to go eat my rice.